Says it's ready to go live. Where are we here? Hmm. Okay, we're live. What is up, guys? It's JT from the Poko Moon fam here. Just want to make sure everything's all good to go here. Hold on. We are not showing up on the screen here for some reason. Oh, I got you. Sorry, bud. It's these templates and stuff. Okay, here. Yeah, I'm still getting used to using this, guys. There
Oh,
we are.
there we are.
Whoa! Sorry about that, guys. What's up? This is JT from the Poko Moon fam. If you're not used to the channel, I've just started to do these carnivore interviews, and just to sum it up here, I'm just trying to raise awareness for the carnivore diet documentary. That's why I had that there for a minute. Um, and then there we go too. Today we have the Kilby life here. We have Aaron Kilby,
Yeah.
and he has a really interesting story. What's up, Kilby?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. I'm glad to talk to you, man. I've been watching your channel, and it's good, man. Food, family, faith, and fitness.
Yeah, it keeps changing.
But I like it though. I'm into all that stuff. I'm
Okay,
into all that stuff. So that's I feel like you're my type of guy. Uh,
awesome.
can I ask you where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Spokane, Washington, out of Washington State,
Nice.
with all the hippies.
And where are you at now? Are you still in that area? Or?
I'm in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah,
So
moved
you're
out here 20 years ago.
okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Where are you from?
I'm from Wisconsin. I'm
Okay.
about an hour away from Cary. Over.
Soon as I said that, I was like, oh yeah, I looked you up. I was like,
Yeah, I'm up here in Wisconsin, and I landed the cheeseheads, and I enjoy it.
awesome.
One day maybe I'll go to Florida. We'll see. I see. No, you're a father of 8 kids.
Correct. Yes.
Please, man, tell me how that is. I have one son. Like, how are you keeping up, man?
You lower your standards, so
Uh,
you survive. But yeah, it's very challenging having 8 kids. But I always say hard is not the same as bad. So
yeah, no, I can imagine.
yeah, I started late too. I didn't have my first kid till I was 31, so I made up for lost time, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I is the carnivore diet helping you out with your energy and keeping up with the 8 kids?
Yes, that was one of the things that really like started surprising me when I started getting stronger and just feeling like I had more energy. I'm like, oh, well, I could actually hang out and play with my kids better. I'm
Hmm.
less lazy. I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's hot. It's sweat. I'll sweat, and I got rid of a lot of excuses. And so, yes, I have more energy to keep up with my kids. And we went on hikes like right after we started, and I was like challenging them, like, okay, we're gonna do push-ups before we go over all these bridges, and like, let's run up this hill. And so, I think I'm a funner dad.
I can imagine, man. Like before when I didn't feel well, like there was a lot of times I was sitting in the tub, man, and my son, he just kind of glaring into the bathroom, like, what's going on? Like, you're not a fun dad then when you don't feel well, you know.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I went to the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
I also heard on your channel you got a thrift store you run.
Oh yeah. I've been doing that temporarily for about 20 years.
That's awesome. I love resale. I love
Okay.
all that stuff. Finding treasures, like American Pickers. I love watching that stuff. Like I love resale. The thrift shops are right in there.
Oh yeah. I kind of
Um,
I kind of fell into that because I had a job in when I was younger. So I started one when I moved out here,
mhm.
and I was going to run it temporarily because I got tired of sweating and moving furniture, but I'm good at it, so just keep going.
Yeah, if you're good, man, sky's the limit. You can only get better. Um, what brought you to the carnivore diet? Can you give us some background on that?
Well, I kind of had it in the back of my mind that if you're going to lose weight, you need to get rid of carbs.
Hmm.
Just that's just, you know, I've seen my dad like lose weight and he just would cut carbs, go to Wendy's and just not get a bun and stuff like that. and after I started going to the doctor and I found out I had type 2 diabetes, and I came home and I like did research. I was like, okay, type 2 diabetes, what does that mean? Like one of the first things that popped up is that it was reversible. I'm like, what? Okay, I didn't know it was reversible. And like, why wouldn't my doctor tell me it's reversible? Which kind of got me angry.
Yeah, for real.
And
they're supposed to be there to help. You know?
So I started researching diets. I'm like, well, carbs, let's cut out the carbs. And I was like, oh, there's a carnivore diet that's 0 carb. Well, that sounds crazy. Let's try it.
And it's working, right? How many pounds are you down?
The lowest I've seen is about 50 pounds of weight loss.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I see one of your recent videos, you said you feel like you're like plateaued a little bit, or you're like
yes,
struggling to get to that. Like, how many more pounds do you think in your mind you have to lose?
That depends. You know, there's the BMI standards and those kind of scales, and do I go by those? I'm not sure I'm supposed to.
What do you feel like? Do you feel like you've got like another 15, 20 you can lose? Or do you think that's stretching it?
I think I feel pretty good as is. And I'm staying around a weight that I'm maintaining, which is like, you want to have like maintenance weight. But I'm just I'm not sure what the right answer is on that, because should I just try to get totally cut and lose all the weight and then what? Gain it back when I just start eating, you know, carnivore again? Like, I'm not sure if I should starve myself to death or just be happy.
Right. Be happy.
Eating what I'm eating. And but the reality is I feel like I'm in a good position with that because now I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not 50 pounds heavier than I was. And I've maintained this weight for over a year now.
I guarantee you put years on your life, man. I guarantee you put it back on there.
Yeah. And, you know, some of it could be muscle because I have been working out more.
Me too. I've been plateaued for the last half month, but past 2 days, I finally started losing about 2-3 pounds again. So,
yeah, I mean, I know I can lose weight if I try. I could just not eat as much potentially, or some people say if I add fat, I'll just start losing weight. I don't know what the right answer is, but I feel like I can experiment now.
Well, Becky says that's awesome. You look awesome.
Thank you.
So
I had a guy. I had a guy yesterday I haven't seen like in quite a while, and he looked at me and was like, "Wow, you look like you're in shape." He's like, "And your skin looks great." I'm like, "This is the weirdest conversation I've ever had, buddy." I was like, "This is weird."
Yeah, I see one of your videos. You were talking about the redness, and honestly, like that, you look great, man. And
yeah, my face still turns red, but
yeah, I wouldn't even focus on that, man. I didn't really notice it until you pointed it out. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly, I think it's probably getting a little bit better than you might feel it is, you know?
I think so.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been on the carnivore diet?
What day is it today? Saturday?
Yep. August 12th.
504 days.
Wow. Good for you. No, honestly, man, like I saw your videos and I was like, dude, I'm so proud of this guy, man. You might be thinking you're like plateaued, and that sucks to get plateaued, but like, dude, 50 pounds is nothing to sneeze at. Like, that's great, man. Like, and you look good, you know, and honestly, I think that's something to be proud of, man. I really do.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't like taking compliments, but I'm working on it. So thank you.
Hey, well, they're gifts from God. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's like a wink from God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing good. You know, take it as that.
I've really tried. I've been trying. I've been trying not to give up. I've been trying to just change my life, and I feel like the carnivore diet has really helped me with that. Not just because of the weight loss, but from like a mental standpoint, like to be in a more positive mindset. Even though like on videos and stuff, people are like, "Oh, you seem so all stressed out." I'm like, "No, I'm wrestling my thoughts out in front of people, just trying to be as real as I can."
That's what I like. That's what I like, man. I really enjoy it.
I don't have
you even said when it comes to the carnivore diet, you're not failing until you completely give up. And I love that, man,
Okay.
because that
Yeah.
you were just talking about failing. So, and I agree with you on that one. Um, can you talk more about that diabetes? How's that going?
So I was able to get my labs done about 90 days after being on the carnivore diet, and my A1C went from like a 6.6 down to a 5.7. So if it was 5.6, I would have been not even pre-diabetic.
Okay.
So within 90 days, I reversed my type 2 diabetes.
That man, that's amazing,
I'm
man.
like,
That on top of the 50 pounds, the glowing skin, muscle definition, you're looking good, man. I'm telling you, you're
well,
doing
I
good.
appreciate that. I feel better. The day that I stood there and put my shoes on while standing up and not having to hold on to anything, or I
Or
was like,
getting dizzy. Sometimes
yeah,
I'd get lightheaded when I bent over.
I'm a different person. The tear came out down my eye. I was like, yeah, I can just still remember just getting so emotional.
Yeah, Nelly, I hope I'm saying that. Nelly needs meat.
Yeah,
She says, yeah, 50 pounds is not a small amount. And it really isn't, my guy.
yeah,
Like it's some people are, even thinking about starting a diet or just started it and they're like, damn, I would take that 50 pounds any day. So take it. That's a win.
yeah. It is.
What were your goals for starting carnivore? Like health and or whatever? What were some of your goals? Like why you wanted to start it, besides getting rid of the diabetes?
Diabetes. Besides the diabetes, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. Honestly, I was watching like Dante Ferrigno
Mm-hmm.
and his story, and I'm like, well, this guy changed. He's doing push-ups and
What a
doing all these
transformation.
things. Like, and I was like, I wonder, what I could be like. What am I missing? What don't I understand that's going on? And I mean, I didn't know what I was going to get out of it. Honestly,
Yeah.
one of the greatest things I think I realized is that the mindset from switching from I'm getting old to no, I was getting sick. Like there was years of my life that were robbed from
Mm-hmm.
me,
Me too.
and mentally also like, oh, you're just getting old. This is what happens when you get old. No, I was getting sicker,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got that's I wasn't looking for that. I didn't know that was there, but when I found it, I'm like, man, this is a big deal because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people out there with the same exact mindset. I work with some,
Mm-hmm.
not to pick on them, but they're like still like I'm just getting old. I'm telling you right now, you lose 50 pounds, you're gonna feel like a different person.
Mm-hmm. It's hard though to to feel that, like until they start it. That's why I encourage
Correct.
people, like, do your research, and if you can, like, at least try it for 3 days and see how you feel. Because my wife stopped snoring after 3 days. So I
Yeah,
mean, it's worth trying for at least a couple of days, in my opinion.
it's amazing how many people I hear because I stopped snoring immediately. Also, it's like the first thing that
Really?
happens, you stop snoring, and it's like, why the heck was I snoring in the first place? Because I didn't even lose weight, and then I stopped snoring.
Yeah.
I think everyone should go on the diet just to stop snoring.
Yeah, it's probably that inflammation. I
Yeah,
don't think our belly fat's got anything to do with our breathing. It's got to be something inside that's inflated,
yeah.
and it's just not vibing right.
I think it's called fat tongue, which sounds weird, but it's a thing.
Now, in one video you talked about being in an abusive relationship with food. Can you expand on that so like people can gain that awareness that you got?
I used to be a pretty big alcoholic. I used to use recreational drugs, living with all the hippies out there in Washington State. I like to smoke a lot of pot. And
I did too.
I just hit my like 20-year sobriety
Good for you, man.
from drugs. Like I still wrestled with alcohol, but I understood addiction. I quit cigarettes 20 years ago. I understood addiction. And then when I went on this diet, I just realized that I was addicted to food, and it was comparable to being an alcoholic or a drug addict. There was something that had a hold of me that was controlling me, It had control over me.
Right.
And and you have to eat. So this one was even, it's more complicated because you can't just like abstain from eating. So it puts you in a weird position where you can't abstain, but you can't abstain from like sugars and carbs. And when I was able to do that, I noticed some freedom in my life. And I was like, wow, I was an addict. I ran to food because I worked hard. So moving heavy furniture, I earned every meal that I had. And I
Of course,
guarantee
yeah.
if I would have had like a desk job, I would have been a lot bigger because I was able to get very unhealthy and gain that weight while like, putting in 25,000 steps a day at work while moving furniture.
That probably helped you, right?
Well, yeah, I think it just made it worse because I was able to hide,
Oh, I got you.
hide the carbs, hide the sugars, and
Ah.
I was getting, my metabolism was breaking on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I answered the question. Sometimes my brain works weird and I go
No, you're
things, but
you're all good. I feel like our bodies are like sometimes like a pickup truck. It take a lot of dents, a lot of beating,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean we should put our body through all of that. We should love ourselves and
Yeah. So when it comes to an abusive relationship, it was like it had control over me. It was like a codependency. It wasn't like it wasn't a good, healthy relationship.
yeah, no, I can imagine. And I wanted you to explain that to people, and I appreciate you doing that. So what is your favorite benefit of the carnivore diet so far? Like what's been your favorite thing? Is it the
Hope,
energy? Is it getting rid of the diabetes? The hope? The hope?
hope. I feel like I have more hope for the future. That my kids won't be able to grow, my sons won't be able to grow up and start beating me up anytime soon. I'll still be able to sweep their leg or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I think that is obviously it's all encompassing, but I got refreshed and renewed hope. And having the lack of diabetes and disease is awesome. But my hypertension going away, sleep apnea,
Mm-hmm.
my mood getting better is better for my family because I've struggled with depression and like some bipolar tendencies
Mm-hmm.
my whole life. Just I've had issues, but I don't have extreme highs and lows anymore. But I
So
have higher highs and
the mental health too, like is
correct.
giving you that clarity and that hope.
Yeah, it's been a big deal. It's like, but it's the hope that I'm headed in the right direction, and I really feel thankful. I have a deep thankfulness that I've been able to get this far and like got control back because I
Man,
was
it's so beautiful, man. I've been seeing a lot of carnivores. They're feeling so good. It connects you to gratitude. It really does, man. And there's a reason people say grace over their food.
mm,
Gratitude is the attitude that hooks you up. You be grateful for the meal that you're eating, be grateful for your life, your experience, and be
mm,
grateful for that hope you found. And I'm
correct.
glad you're on here spreading that to other
Mm,
people because there's people who can relate who got diabetes
yeah.
and maybe they're plateauing or maybe they're just afraid to start the diet.
Well, let me just tell you, your doctor just wants to put you on medication. He doesn't realize that medication is essentially just a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
Or a permission slip for you to continue with the carbs and the sugars and just get sicker and slow down, your toes falling off.
Yeah.
And within a short period of time, you can reverse all that. Obviously, it's going to take longer, for some people that had diabetes for a long time to heal,
Mm-hmm.
completely. But man, that when my labs came back after 90 days, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. It was that easy. I mean, it didn't seem that easy for a while, but after I got the 90 days, I was like, oh, this is easy.
I had terrible cravings the first 5 days.
Yeah.
I had terrible cravings. Like I wanted every chocolate donut. I was visioning chocolate donuts. Like it was, but now you get out of that, you get past that, and you're just like, man, you're out of that abusive relationship and you don't feel controlled by that anymore.
I
It's
was craving onions.
onions. Yeah.
Why? It's like, I am in the movie Holes or whatever? Like, I just don't get why don't like it, they're not that great.
That brings me. I'm glad you brought that up. What do you eat on the carnivore diet, Aaron?
Anything that has a mother.
Yeah, like so you do you have any like go-to food?
I try to typically stay the beef. I these days I eat a lot of chuck steak that I sous vide.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get ribeyes and I'll get New York strips, but I try to stick to beef mostly. But then every once in a while, well, except for like I try to have one day per week where I eat seafood at least.
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while, I'll try like chicken wings or chicken breast. I'm like, why did I get this? You know, it's
Dry.
usually not as good.
No.
But last week, there was like 4 days in a row that I ate just hamburger, just ground hamburger with a little bit of butter and some
Great.
smoked salt. I was like, this is awesome. And then
Yeah.
I was like, other times I'm like, hamburger sounds like trash, so I'm just going to eat a steak.
So
But
steak and hamburger.
correct. I try the limit to that and stick away from a lot of dairy because I feel like it still causes inflammation for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel
So
like cheese. If I have too much cheese, even though it's allowed on carnivore, if I have too much cheese,
yeah,
it doesn't feel as comfortable as I do when I don't eat the cheese and just have meat. So,
but then I say anything with the mother because I'm allowed to eat those things. It's still in diet.
all right.
And like today I bought some brie cheese. Why? Because I'm coaching some guy. He keeps talking about this brie cheese. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna buy some brie cheese. I'm gonna eat it, and if I get inflamed, it's gonna be your fault.
Was
But
it any good?
it tastes pretty good.
I'm from Wisconsin. I know a lot of cheese. I've never had that cheese.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna try it, and if I get inflamed, I guess I'll learn my lesson.
Yeah. Well,
Just a
did
little
you?
bit.
Did you get inflamed?
Not yet. It was early this morning. I feel fine right
Oh,
now.
okay. Too early to tell, maybe.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
what my
see.
gramps would say sometimes. He's like too early to tell.
Yeah.
Do you do any like carnivore snacks? Like when you're getting snacky, like if you're like, oh, well, I got a steak later ready, but I'm like, I could munch something right here so I don't chew on wood.
I don't recommend snacking, at least for a while, if you're on a diet.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're gonna snack, my go-to would be pork rinds,
Pork rinds,
and I'll make my own jerky.
beef jerky. Yes,
That's all I snack on. Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, yeah. When I'm getting snack, it's got to be like some. It's just gonna be another meat source. I just won't have as much of it. Have you tried any like cool carnivore recipes, or like what is your favorite thing to cook, and what way do you cook it if you don't do recipes?
Well, I got a lot of that stuff on my channel of me like just cooking, vlogging. Actually, I did a whole month of lion diet, and every single day I showed every meal. For that
I do want to
30
share
days.
your channel here while you're talking there.
But I keep it simple. I use my sous vide machine constantly. I'll just throw a bunch of steaks in the sous vide machine, and then just sear the meat.
Yep, this is his channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe. The Kilby Life Meat Dude.
Yeah, I just put Meat Dude on there the other days because my kid called me Meat Dude. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, so make sure you guys go subscribe. Don't sleep on that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I try to keep it simple. I don't do a lot of carnivore recipes.
No.
No.
Tracy says I like shrimp. Do you eat shrimp? Do you eat a lot of shrimp?
I do like shrimp.
Yeah.
I had some shrimp yesterday. And hi, Tracy.
Do you eat any sauce with it?
No.
No.
Butter. Yeah, I will dabble in some spices here and there. I like shrimp with butter with a little bit of curry powder on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about it right now.
It's making you hungry. What about exercise?
Mm-hmm.
Are you exercising a lot, a little?
It's been a process for me. So when I first started it, I was exercising 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then after about 6 months into it, I got kind of challenged to up it. So now I exercise 5 days a week, but I give myself the 5th or the 7th week off.
Okay.
And my goal is to like run or walk 1.5 miles a day, 5 days a week. So nothing extreme, I'm not going long distance. And then I just do bench presses, like lat pull downs, some little bar they'll work or whatever. But
He's not joking, guys. I saw a whole vlog, man. You vlogged the entire mile, man. You're hour and a half. I think he said. I was like, man, this guy's a beast.
Oh well, I'm just trying to stay active, and I find that when I get moving, I feel better. Anyway, so and hi Tracy. But yeah, I hate running. Like it's one of the worst things in my life. You know, I do it.
Like, are you a speed walker?
Yeah, I prefer walking, but I will do some sprints and stuff like that. I get recommendations all the time. No more running. It's not good for you. Other people, you need to run more. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, but.
Well, you know your body.
Yeah. I've been running backwards up this hill to try to work on my knee because I was doing squats for a while, then probably was doing them wrong, hurt my knee. So there's that. But.
Well, have you had any like injuries or anything that maybe healed quicker on the carnivore? Like
about a year ago, I broke my big toe.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, I'm on the carnivore diet. It's going to heal faster." Yeah, it didn't.
No, so that's why we're doing this. We're keeping it real. We're letting people know what to expect.
I mean, I don't. Well, there's no way I could tell if it did heal faster or not, really. Mm-hmm. But I was hoping like it'd be. I didn't miss a day of work. I broke my big toe in 2 places, saving my kid, out at the river, even though I was carrying her and walking on rocks. So, but
is that where you were fishing in that photo? I saw you had a fishing pole in one of your photos.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I go fishing at the river sometimes.
Okay. What do you catch at the river when you go?
Usually it's catfish.
Catfish?
I'll just like throw some poles out and.
What's the biggest catfish you've gotten?
I don't know. Maybe 15 pounds. Not too big.
You ever cut one of those up and eat it?
Oh yeah. Well, not here, not in these rivers, but
okay.
Growing up in Washington State, I used to eat catfish out there.
Yeah. And
maybe at one of the lakes I've done it, but not too often.
Do you eat any fish on your diet?
Yeah. My go-to is salmon.
Salmon?
Yeah, I like salmon, and I like it barely cooked too. So.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm learning all sorts of stuff on the carnivore diet, and that's why I love chatting with other carnivores. I get to learn so much damn stuff.
I used to eat sardines until I went on a 72-hour sardine-only challenge, and now
how did that go?
It sucked.
Yeah, I've never eaten a sardine. I can't imagine how many 72 hours you.
I went 70.
All you had?
Yeah.
Oh.
I still have like 40-some cans.
Did you have to use like a whole tube of Crest toothpaste after? Like
it was. I like sardines, but after that, I'm like, yeah. I kind of got an aversion to it now. But.
Okay, but it didn't make you like? Did it give you like upset stomach or anything? Or?
No, I felt fine there. Actually, my blood sugar was like great. Like I could tell I was in ketosis like deep, and I was feeling pretty good, but I was hungry.
Yeah, I suppose, man. What would you say to someone who wants to start the carnivore diet, but they might be like nervous or scared or, just unsure or just,
Well, society tells us that you need to eat a balanced diet. You need to follow the food pyramid and all that kind of stuff. And I had to wrestle through, you can actually just eat meat and live. So yes, you can. Just let you know all the nutrients you need, you can find in meat to live and to thrive. And you don't need carbohydrates at all. Your body needs 0 carbohydrates. I know a lot of people might say it's too expensive, but you're going to cut out a lot of stuff you don't realize also. And I would say, how much better would you need to feel to try it? Make up a number. Like if I felt 50% better, I would do it. Well, there's a good chance you might feel 70% better.
Right.
But you won't know until you try it. And it's the craziest thing. I didn't know you could just eat meat and live. I did it. Then I got healthier. Now I have adequate nutrition. I didn't realize I was malnourished. That's malnourished. That's why I was eating carbs and all this stuff. And I'm always hungry because I was malnourished.
Caught in a cycle.
And I'm not sure if this is a good speech, but you don't know what you don't know, and there's potential for hope out there that you thought was long gone. And I thought it was going to happen for me within 30 days. I didn't really start realizing that my life was radically changing until about 90 days, 70 days or so. I was like, oh, okay. I'm turning into a different person. I should have did this 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started like, again, like a tear coming down my eye. I was like, I waited too long. I waited too long. I was like, no, you didn't wait too long. Start now.
Yeah, it's better late than never.
Exactly.
Honestly, man, because I had a near death experience and I'm just so grateful for being here, being able to talk to you, being able to read everybody's comments. I mean, you got to be grateful for life itself, man. You really do, because it's an amazing experience.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure that's the best speech, but hey. I mean,
Honestly, man, you've got a great message, and I haven't saw one of your videos yet that I didn't like. So,
okay.
and I know that there's gonna be someone out there who can relate to you, and you're gonna be that beacon of light, man. You know, and like I, I got inspired to do the carnivore diet from Carrie Homestead Howe. Like
Awesome.
he was that beacon of light, you know, in a dark time. You know, he was someone who was getting the results that I wanted to get, and I focused on that, you know, and it
Yeah,
helped me.
you start seeing someone with all these light bulbs going off, and you're like, well, something's changing.
Mm-hmm.
Something's changing. And it's like it's 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 hard not to get drawn to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
and
how long have you been on the carnivore diet?
53 days today. Not as long as you, that's for sure. But I'm losing weight like
Yeah.
bananas, man. Like it's awesome. Like I said, for the last half month I plateaued,
Hmm.
but last 2 days I'm down 3 pounds, so I'm back on a roll. I
Yeah.
think I was 271 this morning. I mean, 171, sorry.
Okay.
So it's I would like to maybe get down to like 162,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah. See what your body does.
or at least, you know, get rid of the belly fat that I can still see and jiggle. So that that's the goal right there.
Yeah.
Uh, could you give um all the carnivores out there that are doing the carnivore diet? Could you give them three good tips, man, that you would, because you're the carnivore coach, man. You know what I'm saying?
3 good tips. This is like my wife asked me, is like, why do you love me? My mind goes blank immediately. I'm like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, any three things that help you, man. Even if it's just staying hydrated, what helps you? It could be something deep or shallow, whatever you want.
That's um what pops in my head is just saying you're worth giving it 100%. I've you're worth it. Just remember that. Sorry, all my stuff turned off there for a second. Which isn't, you got to care about yourself, is what I'm saying. You got to care about yourself and make it important. Be consistent. Don't give, and if you mess up, get up fast. Like fall down, learn the fall down less and get up faster. Don't beat yourself up too much. It's like, oh, you know, like on this roller coaster, but eventually you're going to gain some strength and you're going to be able to press forward. And I don't know, I would say find some accountability. You know, I know a lot of people don't have any people in their regular lives, you know, to talk to about carnivore diet. Some people do, some people don't, but get in some kind of community, like where you can just type, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, like the chat section here, man.
Correct.
Really,
Yeah,
there's a lot of nice people in
get
there.
in the community. Like we need community, and we don't do good alone, but a lot of us like to be alone. I mean, I have that bend where like, just everyone just leave me alone when I need people the most. You know, I just have that tendency. So I'm not sure if those are good things. That's what popped in my head.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. I think any tips you can give people who are on the carnivore journey good, because there's a lot of not good information out here, you know, and you are somebody who's got good information and good intentions. So that's why I would.
I mean, drinking water is good.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. I got mine here. It's very important. Now, do you take electrolytes?
Yeah, and I did it for a while, but then I started salting my water. But I got Element, and I got some keto chow that I use sometimes.
I've never tried Element. It works for you?
Yeah, I mean, it just um, the salt. I need the salt. I found like I was talking to a health coach, and he's like, "Salt all your water." I said, "What?" He's like, "Yeah."
Really?
So I started salting my water before working out. And in the morning, I was like, "Whoa,
Hmm.
I can literally feel a difference in energy." So
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I actually don't really do many electrolytes. I really don't.
yeah,
Um, I I'm literally up all the time. I feel like I've got nonstop energy. Like I
that's
never feel lethargic or anything. If I did, I would definitely. But if you guys are feeling lethargic, take some electrolytes or maybe up your fat intake. If you're low on energy.
there's that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you do get like potassium and magnesium from meat.
Yeah,
Beef has a lot of it in it that people don't realize.
yeah. Let's see. I just gifted a box to my nephew. He's had a weird medical issue for the past 2 years. LMNT actually made him start feeling better. Well, that's good. I just
Yeah,
want to
that's good.
keep popping into their chats. What's up? Shout out to everybody in the chats. Um, Aaron was nice enough to come on here and share his story, and we're still going to continue that. But it's all the carnivores who come on here. We're trying to raise awareness for Carrie's documentary, the
Mm,
Carnivore Diet Movie. And you can go there, carnivoredietmovie.com. And that's half the reason I'm doing these, besides to get people's stories out and to meet people. It's drumming up support for that documentary because there's going to be so many people like Aaron and everybody in the chats that this documentary is just it's gonna hit Netflix and they aren't gonna know what hit it.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
I would that'll be so cool to see.
yeah.
Honestly, it'd be so cool to see.
Yeah, and he's out in Alaska. Carrie is just killing it out there. So shout out to Carrie and Homestead House and Emma too. She's really doing great work with the camera work. So I think we're gonna get a great product.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got here. RV there yet? I like that name, man. Well, hello from the blazing hot desert. Yeah, it feels like a hot desert everywhere. Like it's pretty hot here too. I got my fan on too. It's just hot.
Yeah, it's been a little bit humid here, but yeah, I'm not in the desert.
Yeah, nope. No, Ohio's not, right? Just going through some of these comments. I want to try to keep up with them.
I got all my stalkers in the chat
Yeah. Let's go on to. I want to ask you another question here. How do you think the carnivore diets helped your mental health specifically? I know we touched on a little bit, but could you just go a little deeper? Because mental health is very important to everybody, I think.
I so like I was saying earlier, I've struggled with depression most of my life, and I think that's an addictive personality too. That's why I think I've ran to things that make me feel different over the years. And I got some healing, 20 some years ago, like become a Christian, I became a pastor, so I've done a lot of outreach and stuff for over 20 years now.
How big is your congregation?
Well, I do a parachurch ministry right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we were running a home for girls.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of helping women in tough situations and stuff like that. But now
That's awesome.
we changed stuff since COVID, but am I allowed to say that? But we so we're doing a benevolence. So I run that thrift store to raise money to give people in need.
Okay. That's
Um,
awesome.
so, but I've got some healing through that. But when I went on the carnivore diet, what I realized is that my depression didn't completely go away, but I don't have really low lows like I used to. I have more highs and less lows. And I think a lot of it is that hope, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think probably also with the lack of withdrawals from carbs and sugar. You drinking the Red Bulls, sure, it made me feel great for a while, and then you crash,
and then you
it's
feel like
sad.
crap.
Yeah.
Ricky,
Thanks, Rick.
thanks for that super sticker, man. Shout out to Ricky. Kip, how you doing, girl? Say hello to Aaron.
Hello.
This guy's the man. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna want to subscribe to his channel, dude. He puts out some great videos. He puts his heart all into it. And I like that you sometimes you'll fumble your words and you leave it right in there, man. Like you're keeping it real, man. I really like that, man. Like you're a real
Yeah,
genuine
I've
guy.
always my brain thinks 5 things at once and my mouth can barely speak. So that's not my gift. I don't got a silver tongue, but what I'm really good at is coming up with like jokes, like in conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
most of them are inappropriate.
Do you have like a long list of dad jokes? Because my wife gets on me. She's like, "Oh, the dad jokes."
Yeah. I try, I forget them, but it's like hearing about guys' depression makes me sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get sad. We're here to show support. It's everything but get glad that we're all here and we've got a great community to support each other. Yeah, drop by his thrift shop. If anybody's out there in Ohio, man, drop by Aaron. I'm sure he'd love to meet and greet you guys. And
Maybe. Depends on your personality, Becky.
right, yes. As long as you come in peace.
I told some of my employees the other day, it's like, watch out. One of these days, someone's going to stop by the store looking for some guy they saw on YouTube.
That's good, though. You're a beacon of...
They think I'm crazy. I'm like, it's going to happen.
No, you're a beacon of light, man. And if someone's in a dark time and you're shining that light and you're being positive and being you're going to attract people, man.
Well, all I did was took a step of faith and just started sharing my story. And then I saw people's lives changing, and I'm like, ooh, now I have a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also been fun.
Yeah, and I think that Carrie feels that same responsibility. Like, why is this not more known? Like, why are people living in inflammation and just not feeling good when you don't have to? Are we there yet? They truly are amazing folks, and also lectures are super easy and economical to make your own self too. Works out to around 2 to 3 cents a serving. Yeah, yeah, if your money's tight, yep.
There's ways you don't have to. It's just easy. Element had sponsored our channel and stuff, so we've been using them. And so essentially, I'm just buying it with the money they give me, essentially. So
hey, there's no shame in that, man. And
but yeah, there's lots of ways to get electrolytes, and I really like keto chow too. And then I bought some iodine because people were talking about iodine deficiencies. Then I realized it was in the keto chow the whole time. So
can you explain what keto chow is? I've never heard of it.
Dr. Ken Berry has like a daily mineral thing.
Adam from Carnivore Today. I just interviewed him, man. He is a compassionate carnivore. He's just an awesome guy, dude. Like, he really is, man. He's a one of a kind, man. He's a sports photographer. He's got an eye, and he's like, cool. I'm in Ohio. I'm coming for a steak and a good dad joke.
That's all right. Well, I have steak right out here. I also have I hunt too, so I got some venison.
Okay. Do you like the venison steak more than cow steak?
It's lean, so no, but it's I like the fat, but I like venison. It's a super high quality meat. If you get some fresh venison, you're like, wow, this is high quality.
Yeah, I have a venison steak. I've been trying to. That's why I asked you. I was like trying to figure out when you do it. Do you just really salt it up, or what do you?
I would just season it normally, but don't cook it too much.
Okay,
it's already dead.
No, don't beat it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Thrift stores are cooler than garage sales. Yeah, honestly though, I love both, man. I just love resale, But thrift stores are the bomb. And if you guys are in Ohio, make sure you check his thrift store out.
That's funny. Road trip.
Yes, road trip to Kilby's.
Yeah.
Let me know, man. I'll bring some beef jerky, the carnivore snacks, that we can snack in the car until we get Kilby's, and then What do you use? Do you use propane or charcoal, my guy?
I'm lazy. I'm using propane.
Propane.
I got rid of my grill a few months ago, and I got one of those flat tops.
So it's like Hank Hill, propane and propane accessories.
But I like charcoal. Yeah, we do need a meetup. I keep thinking about it, but my fear is I'll like go somewhere and I'll just be there by myself.
No, we should do like a Midwest meetup and like everybody try to pick like a neutral location, and even if we got a truck there, and I think it should be like a couple day thing so you don't got to like go home right away, you
Oh yeah,
know?
Carnivore Con.
Yes. Carnicon, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I love thrifting. LOL. I keep getting my fancy video plates from thrift stores. And we love thrifting, man.
I
Like
love
I
smashing
feel
plates.
like carnivore gives you all that energy. That's another good reason to get on carnivore so you can thrift more. You
Oh,
know what I'm
jeez.
saying? And you have more energy and you'll have more time to go thrifting. Just trying to keep up with everybody here so nobody feels left out. Good for you, Kip. What you doing out in Vegas, girl? Hopefully you don't get in no trouble out there. What are your plans for carnivore? Are you sticking on it like for good? Do you plan on maybe going back to the American diet? Like what's your plans, man?
I can't go back to the American diet. It's not in me anymore. So my current goal is to make it 2 years, and so that's whatever that means. Because I was like, I'm going to do 30 days, and I made 90. Then 6 months, and I was like, I'm going to go the year.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I get close to that goal, I start getting a sense of like what I need to do next.
Okay.
It'll probably be like 5 years, but I don't. There's no reason for me to stop. But I just had the sense like at 2 years, let's make that the goal. Go 2 years, do the best you can at it, and see how healthy you can get.
Yeah, you know, and you're already down 50 pounds. And I hate to even stress that because it's like I don't want to put all the attention on the weight. Like the weight coming off is cool. It feels better on your back. It feels better on your body. But like, dude, getting rid of diabetes, that is no joke, man. That is
Yes.
awesome. Like that's almost to me like way cooler, you know, than the you know, all these things that people have they're reversing. It's almost to me like a little bit better than the number. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I mean, the weight is just one metric.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one metric. I know people that don't need to lose weight, but go on the carnivore diets and find just newfound strength
Mm-hmm.
because they're like malnourished.
Yeah, like I saw Joe Rogan, he was kicking the bag hard.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I was like, dude, this guy's got strength like of a puma. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy.
It was a couple weeks ago. I was out with my family at some event downtown here, and I saw this thing. I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can jump on that and like pull myself up on it. I grabbed that thing. I started doing pull-ups. I haven't
Really.
done pull-ups in 15 years or more. Like I
I've
used
been
to
too
be.
fat to do pull-ups,
Yeah, I've
man.
been like a
Makes my
monkey
arms wobble.
when I was younger. I was like climbing trees like a monkey. I'm like I'm too old for this stuff. I grabbed it. I was pulling myself up. I'm like, what the heck? It was so cool. It's like I felt like a kid again.
That's
I felt like a kid again. I'm turning
that's
45.
priceless.
I'm turning 45 in a couple weeks.
Well,
Like
dude, you don't look 45 at all. Honestly, I thought you were like in your 30s, man, early 30s. I was like, dude, this guy looks good.
I'm 1 year older than Chris Pratt, the
No,
guy
dude,
that everyone tells me I look like all the time.
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, you definitely don't look your age, man. So you're not going back. You're carnivore probably for life, maybe.
There's no way I can go back to eating the way I did before, for sure. Now that being said, like, am I totally against plants? Not necessarily. Like some people can like keto diets and stuff like that. It just never worked for me. It was too broad. I needed the restriction to get the power back. And I've said before, like I've liked the garden. And so my garden this year is horrible because my heart wasn't in it.
Yeah, you're carnivore.
There's a couple like cherry tomatoes that were on the plant. They're all gone now, but like I grazed a couple of them walking by, and there were some green beans that I grew, and I had a couple of them, but that was my cheat meal that I grew.
Yeah, what a cheat meal. How dare you?
Yeah, but it's like some people get real legalistic on the carnivore diet.
I understand.
I was going to go ketovore after 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized ketovore is just like keep it under 10 grams of carbs. I'm like, I was like, what's the point? I don't even need these vegetables anyway. I'm just going to continue what I'm doing, and I'll graze a couple of these here during the growing season because I know I didn't spray pesticides on it. Like,
Yeah. No, and
I've
I
heard
appreciate you being honest, because like some people feel they really have to be, perfect, and nobody's perfect, man. Like
nobody's perfect,
you can still lose weight
but
and do
people
a
are
great
like, "Oh,
job.
do you cheat?" And I'm like, I don't cheat. Anytime that I do anything, I try to make a conscious effort.
Right.
Now, is it a bad decision? Maybe. Because after my 90-day challenge, I got some pot stickers because I was like, in my mind, I
Mhm.
earned some pot stickers because it was something I wanted, and I ate them. I ate a few of them, but they tasted like crap. It just tasted like flour. I was like, and that was one of those moments. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have realized how junky they were.
Mhm.
I could have had it still like some like uh, idolized thing in my head. I was like, this is crap. The steak was better. Why did I even like this? It was not good.
Yeah,
So
it gives you that new level of awareness, that you didn't have before,
my palate changed
Mhm.
and my tastes had changed, and it's an awesome thing. And I mean, I just thought of that like my palate changed, but also like my dental hygiene changed. Like I don't think I'm getting cavities at all. My mouth never tastes weird or
So
being on a
that's another
cardboard.
good benefit, like
It's
the dental health. It's
yeah.
good.
I used to have like bleeding gums and all that stuff,
Okay, I got
and
that too once in a while.
I don't have it now. It's gone.
Yeah, actually, I don't. Now I think I don't remember last time my
Yeah.
gums bled.
And guess what?
Yeah.
You might not notice that you'll just not have hiccups either.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa, when was the last time I hiccuped?
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, for real. Like, man, you're really flipping my mind here, man. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah, why do people get hiccups? I don't know. Like,
That's another one for you, Carrie. If you're watching carnivores, they don't snore, they don't get sunburn, and they don't hiccup. We got a new one.
I still get sunburned a little bit.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, if I'm out there and I push it too long, but I can spend like I used to like bass fish, for like maybe 30 minutes and then I'm burnt, with nothing. But now I could spend 5, 6 hours outside, and that's glaring right off the water.
Mm.
And I feel pretty good when I don't really have all that sensitive to the touch. Ricky Lee says beating diabetes was by far the best result.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
man,
that's something
diabetes is
you don't want to
scary.
mess with that. You don't want to mess with
Mm-hmm.
it. I literally, when I went on this diet, and I found I had diabetes. Went on the diet right after that. This guy that I know that I go to like a home group with,
Mm-hmm.
literally went in the hospital and had to get his toe removed from his type 2 diabetes. His A1C was like 12 something. I'm like, I bought him a book about him. Never mind. I need to ask him if you read it about beating diabetes. But it's like, if that's not a sign to take this seriously, like I was serious, but then someone got their toe amputated. I'm like, no, but
It doesn't need to be that way. That's why we need to get this documentary out. And
mm-hmm.
Kip, I appreciate you said you got your Compassionate Carnivore shirt today. That is awesome. Yeah, everybody get your shirts.
I see a lot of people with these compassionate carnivore shirts. What's the deal with that?
That's to support the carnivore diet documentary.
Okay.
And so all the funds, if you purchase a Compassionate Carnivore shirt, all the funds go to the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And help support that, because without people support
Mm-hmm.
and funds,
Mm-hmm.
we could not get it on Netflix. So that's another reason, like we're drumming up support, and I appreciate everybody watching here, because soon everybody who's watching this, we're going to be watching that documentary on Netflix, and there's going to be less guys getting their toe removed, because it just doesn't have to be like that. It really doesn't.
It really doesn't. That's true. It does not.
It's sad, man.
It's sad, and it should make you a little angry.
Right. Yep. Let's go quick here through some comments. Charger Mopar, you'd have to be desperate to eat fruits. Yeah, maybe you're lost in a cornfield or something. Maybe I'll try it. Just recently got a shirt powered by meat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And then you got to flex.
Yeah, get the flex.
Yeah. She flexes all the time. I know her. So
Charger Mopar says pot sticker with a question mark.
Yeah, so it's like a Chinese dumpling of some kind, just like ground pork in it.
Yeah, it's not
Only a wonton
it's
wrapper.
not a weed leaf sticker.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. You just different names for everything, right?
Yeah.
And also too, I want to bring back up here. Make sure you guys subscribe to Kilby's the Kilby life here. Meat dude. He is the meat dude. And not just that, this dude is the dude, man. He is a beacon of light, man. Aaron, you really are, man. Like,
I appreciate that.
I enjoy your videos. If you guys haven't watched his videos, man, you guys are missing out on good content. I don't know why you don't have 100,000 subscribers like Carrie, honestly. Like,
Well, so what happened is, I had a family channel, which I still got tons of videos of just me filming my family, just doing stuff, and
me too. I still throw it in.
the kids and stuff like that. And early on, someone's like, because it took me 2 years to get 100 subscribers. And then I did it like the 90-day carnivore thing and like got 1,000 like right off the bat. And but then it was like people messengers like, you need to change your channel name to something carnivore. So I probably would have more if I put carnivore in the name, but
I'm not changing my channel name. Like it is Poko Moonshine is me. It always will be. And people know me, they know I'm a carnivore. And if someone knows you, they know Kilby Life is about that carnivore life.
I threw that meat dude on there like literally like 5 minutes before I got on to that 10-hour live stream.
No, and that's where I originally saw you on there, and then I started watching your stuff, man, and I said, dude, I want to talk to this guy. Like he is
I'm a weirdo.
my type of dude.
So
you're not a weirdo, my guy.
No, I try to be weird on purpose. I try to bring humor to it and be funny. Like that video I just came out with, like I'm laying up on my table here in front of a green screen, sticking out my stomach.
I saw that. That was hilarious. And you, at first when I looked at the thumbnail, I was like, how did he? Is he really on the? And then at the end, I was like, okay, he wasn't on the beach. He's laying on a table. I was like, yeah, I like this guy even more. Like you got my sense of humor, bro.
So you know how like all the women, like not all, but there's a lot of women in the carnivore space will like wear bikinis, and so that was me like poking fun at that. So that was my beach.
That's your beach body.
Yeah, I'm hoping people give me those clicks. Click on that because.
Yeah, if you guys go on his channel, you'll see one of his videos. He's got maybe I can bring it up here.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I did get a message from somebody saying, "Stay away from clickbait." I'll try.
Yeah, here. Let's share your thing one more time here, okay, guys?
I should be embarrassed already.
Nope. Oh yeah, here we go. Am I still fat? You guys see the thumbnail? Look at that's what I saw, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you guys, this guy, Aaron is awesome. He's funny, dude, man. And you've got really great content, man.
Did you see there that I subscribed to your channel?
Thanks.
It was the top one.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. My goal is one of my many goals, but my specific YouTube goal, besides reaching everybody and having fun, I would love to hit 100,000 subscribers one day. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that was my goal for the year. I was like, I know I'm going to hit 10,000, but I was like, I'm going to hit 1,000. It was like a goal that's like, seems so far out there, but why not?
Anything's possible. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to.
Yeah. I was like, why not?
And we keep watering it and it will grow. Do you plan on, just for all everybody watching that wants to keep up with you, do you plan on joining the 24-hour live stream that Homestead Howard's got coming up for the documentary?
I would be honored to.
Yeah, because we're trying to gather, everybody watching, we're trying to gather over 1,000 carnivores for the next live stream, and it's going to be 24 hours long. Yes, crazy Carrie. He is at it again, and he is just stretching, and he's doing it big. And you guys can expect he's going to get a link, and just like the 10-hour, he's going to be on there. And
that'll be awesome. I'd love to get on there. Just one person.
Mm-hmm.
Here's about the carnivore diet, just like I did, and it changes their life. Yeah, I'm down.
Then it's all worth it, right? One last thing. Do you got any good books you've been reading, or a good book you could suggest us to read before we all head out? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
There's a lot of books, but the one I really like that I was reading last year when I was getting really motivated on this diet was that 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Jordan Peterson.
Okay.
I love that book. I need to go back to it, but I love that, like, my brain doesn't understand most of the words that he's saying, but still, like, the stories and stuff like that. I love that book. I'd recommend that to anyone. But I have a lot of other books I recommend for specific situations, like if you're having marriage problems or financial problems and things like that. But that's a good overall book just to become a better human. You know, take time to pet a cat.
Yeah, right.
You know, don't run. One of us like, don't run off kids when they're skateboarding. And it's like, what is this about? But it's like, that's something, I ran a skate park for like 10 years.
Oh, did you?
Doing teen outreach. So a bike park and a BMX park. And I just hung out with
That's awesome.
Kids. So I've always kind of had that help, on the help. So.
Yeah, that book sounds interesting. I'm going to check that out because I'm just about now living in the moment and just really enjoying every damn moment I'm still alive. Because like I said, I had that near-death experience and I'm so grateful to be sitting here talking to Aaron Kilby, man. And yeah, I had fun with you, man. Hopefully you had fun. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Kilby Life. Meet dude.
Yeah. I see that behind you. I didn't realize. Are you one of those Juggalo guys?
Yes. I used to be in a music group and
did you?
Whoops. And we've performed many times at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Yeah,
I have a friend that used to run in those circles. I'm always giving him a hard time. But.
Yeah, and I actually have right there. That was our mascot head.
Oh, cool!
It's a big speaker box. If you guys see it, pretty cool.
Did you play an instrument or were you?
I made the beats. I didn't rap or nothing. It was like a rap rock group, and we ICP, man. They're called the Insane Clown Posse, but man, those guys are very humble, nice dudes. There's nothing insane about them. Like their kids are even in the military and stuff. Like they're upstanding dudes, man. And like I actually was thinking off their Gathering of the Juggalos, which they do every year. We should have a gathering of the carnivores.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, and it would be awesome to get
all
these carnivores
to watch my kids.
Yeah, right, right. And one of the last gathering I actually was in Ohio.
Oh,
believe
awesome.
it or not, yep, it was in Ohio. That was awesome. But yes, make sure you guys subscribe to him. Make sure you check him out, follow him. I cannot tell you enough, dude. His videos are funny. He's got a great personality, and he's got a good heart. And he's a pastor. He's a father. He's a husband. You're a fisherman. Like, dude, you're doing it all. You're a thrift store owner. Like, you're like Carrie, man. You're stretching all over the place. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm just a normal guy that's just trying to be better.
Yes. No, yeah. And I think you sharing your story, you definitely made the world a better place today, and we're hopefully somebody out there is watching and they can relate to you because that's what it's all about. Awesome. But that's what we got for today, guys. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. Hit up the GoFundMe if you guys got even $1 to throw towards the carnivore documentary. We can save people from having to lose their damn toes. I really believe that, man. Like, let's save the toes, man. Save the toes. Aaron, honestly, man, I had so much fun. You can come back anytime.
Awesome.
And anytime, man. You got something on your heart you want to share, some big project, whatever, bro. You let me know. We're going to have you on here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out, guys. Love you.